Lesson 350, miracles mirror God's love. To offer them is to remember Him, and through His memory to save the world. Welcome to the Qigong support for A Course in Miracles students. My name is Judith and this is the Lucid Mind Center. And today I'm inviting you to this miraculous day which I'm having here in Gran Canaria. And this is a park which is called the Maritime Park of Castillo de Romeral. This is the town where I'm living in. And this particular park, some villagers have taken upon them to improve it, to create paths through it, to put a water system and to create those trees. I mean, they wouldn't be growing here unless there was a water system. And to look after it and clean it. They even painted stones and placed them, and there's all kinds of sculptures which are being offered by different people. And this is such an expression of miracles, such an expression of love. And I'm going to show you the park. So here you can see, this is the village. So you're going through, but you can see here this is the shopping center, the windmills. The Canarians, they're aiming for getting a lot of wind power and solar power now. One of the islands is completely electrically self-sufficient. You can see here palm trees have been planted and paths have been made. And there's even a Christmas tree, a Christmas house with a, here you can see a Christmas house with a Santa Claus in there where kids can come and bring their wishes to Santa Claus. And here we are again. And this is our pools. This lesson really sums it up in all. We want to remember God. We want to remember our Creator at all times. We want to remember that we are divine beings. And all the different techniques, the Course in Miracles, this is our technique. This is what has been given to us. The Qigong has given to us. I'm combining Qigong and A Course in Miracles. This is my mission in life. And Qigong in itself and the Taoism in itself is a very powerful teaching which is also leading us back to remembering that we are divine beings on this absolute beautiful creation, within this beautiful creation, and what we just need to remember that we are divine and that everything what we lay our eyes on is actually divine too. We are giving the divine aspect of everything we see or hear or perceive with our senses. We are focusing on the divine aspect instead of the illusionary aspect of whatever we see. So if we see a person who is being cruel, maybe to their animal, instead of focusing on that cruelty within this person, we need to focus on the divine aspect within that person and say, well, they don't know what they're doing. We got to forgive them. And then maybe show them, if we can, how to treat this animal properly, but without judging them, without hating them. It is really our job. It's like when you have your children and they're making mistakes, instead of punishing them, it's rather, no, you don't do it like that. Do it this way instead. And as parents, if you have children, it can be a really tough task, especially because we've got our own baggage carrying along. So we are easy to punish our children, and we are quick to punish our children, and we are quick to judge other people. But the Course in Miracles is exactly teaching us to get away from this illusion. It is irrelevant. In this illusionary world, it's totally irrelevant. And the universe, the vastness of the universe, the eternal number of stars which we can see in the night sky, the sun which is always shining, the infinite number of droplets which are in this ocean, these are constantly just showing us the insignificance of this illusion we are calling a life, which is filled with misery and sadness and anger and basically just going from one negative to the next. We don't want that. We don't want that for ourselves. We don't want that for anybody. And that's why we are doing this. That's why we are on the 350th day of A Course in Miracles, because we have decided there must be another way of looking at life. And that is what the Course is teaching us. The Course is teaching us to look at the real world. Have a real life, have a fulfilling, joyful life, the way God has intended it for us. And even the biblical story is telling us this. He created paradise for us, which is the creation, which is this, the ocean and the trees and this beauty of the world. And then we decided to, no, we're not going to look at that. We are rather going to fight each other. We are rather going to accuse each other, force each other out of this paradise and be in misery instead. This is kind of symbolically telling us what we are doing. Every single generation of humans is doing day in, day out. And it's ours to change it for ourselves, and then with our mere presence, possibly change the way other people are looking at their life too. And I went ahead of myself instead of reading the lesson first. Let's see if it's at all connected, what I'm talking about, and the lesson. So the reason why this is called Qigong Support is because after reading and contemplating this lesson together with you, I'm going to guide you to Qigong classes, which are going to help you internalize the lesson, and also going to give you a moment to connect to your higher self and ask for clarification, or maybe just expand into the idea and see what conclusions you come up with just by lingering in the idea for a few instants. So let's begin reading our lesson. I'm going to give you more instructions at the end. Lesson 350. Miracles mirror God's eternal love. To offer them is to remember Him, and through His memory to save the world. What we forgive becomes a part of us as we perceive ourselves. The Son of God incorporates all things within Himself as you created Him. Your memory depends on His forgiveness. What He is unaffected by His thoughts. But what He looks upon is their direct results. Therefore, my Father, I would turn to you. Only your memory will set me free, and only my forgiveness teaches me to let your memory return to me and give it to the world in thankfulness. And this is again, you want to forgive the world. You want to forgive the people. You want to forgive yourself. And within this forgiveness, you will see the world differently. And when you see the world differently, it's like a circle. Once you see the world differently, you're going to have different thoughts in your mind. And with the different thoughts in your mind, your experience of the world will become different. You see, the forgiveness is the key, and the miracle is the outcome of your forgiveness. The miracle is the expression of love. The additional explanation goes like this. And as we gather miracles from Him, we will indeed be grateful. For as we remember Him, His Son will be restored to us in the reality of love. And gratitude is such a wonderful tool, because if you decide to experience gratitude, you just go and observe the day. Observe what you have experienced, what happened during your day today. Or what happened during your day yesterday, and find the things you can be grateful for. You can be grateful just for taking the time and reading the miracles. You can be grateful for a smile which somebody sent to you. You can be grateful for the smile you sent to somebody. You can be grateful for your own forgiveness. You can be grateful for any moment of happiness you experienced during the day, even if the circumstances seem to be miserable. Even if if you feel that you're imprisoned, or you feel that you are imprisoned physically or mentally or emotionally, there has to be moments of peace in your day. And those moments of peace, be grateful for them, even if it's just the deep breath you are able to take. This is like the building block. This is where you start. This is where you're building your force, energizing yourself and your body to use it to express and perform miracles. That is what we are here for. In absolute any situations we are here, and to forgive our brothers because they just simply don't know what they're doing. Miracles are mirroring God's love. Miracles are showing us. For me, this day in itself is a miracle. This park for me is a miracle. It's a miracle that I am able to do this together with you. It's a miracle to be alive even. It's a miracle to see this body as what it actually is, a vehicle to perform miracles. You see? So with this in mind, let's read this lesson one more time, and then I'm going to guide you to the Qigong classes, which are going to help you internalize this lesson. I don't know if you can see this nature out there. The sea is high and it's creating this beautiful surf there. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the sea. Miracles mirror God's eternal love. To offer them is to remember Him, and through His memory to save the world. What we forgive becomes part of us as we perceive ourselves. The Son of God incorporates all things within Himself as you created Him. Your memory depends on His forgiveness. What He is unaffected by His thoughts, but what He looks upon is their direct result. Therefore, my Father, I would turn to you. Only your memory will set me free, and only my forgiveness teaches me to let your memory return to me and give it to the world in thankfulness. And therefore today we are going to practice forgiveness again. If you have got somebody in your mind that you cannot forgive, take this person today and apply the forgiveness lessons I'm going to share with you. Apply it to that person. The memory of God depends on our forgiveness, and the memory of God in the other person depends on his forgiveness too. So you got to forgive him and allow Christ to speak through you. Allow him to perform, allow yourself to perform the miracle through the Christ within you. The Christ is very silent, it's very quiet, it's the quiet part, the depth, the knowing within you. And when you allow ego to take control, when it takes charge and screaming and shouting, then you disconnect yourself from the deep knowledge within yourself. And the Qigong is helping us every single day to connect to this depth, to clear this gentle channel and to sink down into the wisdom, and then to allow the wisdom with inspiration to arise into our mind. The circulation needs to work. We need to have this connection of all these virtues we have. We need to have it present in our mind. We need to become aware of who we truly are, to help others remember what they are. And we are coming towards this end, towards the end of the miracle of the Course in Miracles. And once we have finished it, we basically can choose to become teachers of A Course in Miracles, teachers of love. What we forgive becomes a part of us as we perceive ourselves. The Son of God incorporates all things within Himself as you created Him. Your memory depends on His forgiveness. What He is unaffected by His thoughts, but what He looks upon is their direct result. What He is unaffected by His thoughts. You cannot change. With our thoughts, we cannot change who we truly are. We are the Holy Son of God. No matter what we think, we remain the holy children of God, every single one of us. But what He looks upon is their direct result. So what you see out in the world is a result of your thoughts. If you come to this beach and you point out and say, oh, but this is all dry, and look at this is not clean enough, and they haven't cleaned up this weed, and what is this fish factory doing over there, polluting the sea, and God knows what you could think of. Or you could come here and say, wow, look at the blue of the sea, listen to the sounds of the ocean. Wow, somebody has actually taken the time to create a path here and create a bench and water this. Do you see how this is a different way of looking at it? This is the outcome. This is your choice, how you're looking at the world. You're either looking at the real world, a forgiven world, the beauty in it, or you're looking at an illusion. What is this damn fish factory doing there, for example? What He is unaffected by His thoughts, but what He looks upon is their direct result. Therefore, my Father, I would turn to you. Only your memory will set me free. The memory of God, the memory of light, the memory of love, remembering that you are the Holy Son of God, that you are the light of the world. Only your memory will set me free, and only my forgiveness teaches me to let your memory return to me and give it to the world in thankfulness. And this goes hand in hand. Forgiveness is the first part. This is where you decide, I want to forgive. Thankfulness and gratitude is the end result. And miracles are the expression of this, are the expressions of love. You see? And as we gather miracles from him, we will indeed be grateful. For as we remember him, his Son will be restored to us in the reality of love. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I've got several Qigong forgiveness classes, and today I'm just simply going to recommend 2 of those. And if you don't want to do a forgiveness class, then you can also do a gratitude class. Thankfulness. There's some of them in the list above. And we are basically concluding the section of what is a miracle. So here is a standing forgiveness class. Here is a seated forgiveness class. Here you have the reading of what is a miracle we're supposed to do once a day. And here you have the list of all Qigong classes if you prefer to do another one. Love, light and Qi to you.